Welcome back to New Apartment Radio. My name is Jackson. I'm joined with Bill and Matt. In this week's episode, we will be finishing our discussion on Red Albums with Part 2. Without any further ado, take it away, Bill.
No Effects, The Decline live at Red Rocks. This was a live version of the Decline song, which came out back in like 2000 or 99 or something like that. It's an 18-minute song of straight music, 18 minutes. The live at the Red Rocks, however, is done live, of course, with an orchestra, kind of like S&M did with Metallica. Yeah. So it's just really cool song to listen to. Definitely, it actually, I used to listen to? I used to listen to it before I would go to school. Like when I was in college, I'd throw on the Decline because I knew I had like 20 minutes to get ready. So I knew when the song was running out, I was like, shit, I gotta go.
I love this. I just looked at the album cover. It's so fucking stupid. It's just Trump there with the missile pointed at the fucking...
Yeah.
Is that the White House?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, definitely a fun one to listen to. And it's hard to get now. I was lucky to find it on Amazon when I did, but definitely one worth checking out.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so my next pick, I'm surprised, I'm going to group two together. I'm surprised you guys haven't mentioned yet. It's AC/DC's The Razor's Edge and Highway to Hell. They're my second and third favorite albums.
I didn't pick those because I don't like AC/DC. So
I didn't do Thunderstruck because
I don't hate them
because it's mostly silver.
Yeah, I don't hate AC/DC, but they're not my go-to pick to listen to something. Like if I was in a car and Back in Black came on, or Who Made Who, or something like that, it wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to an album.
Oh, yeah. I thought you liked them more than that.
No, I would own their albums by now if I did. No. I don't own any AC/DC vinyls. Yeah. Back in Black would be the one I would get probably, or a Greatest Hits. If they did a Greatest Hits album, which they probably do, I don't know, but I'd get that.
Yeah. Well, the songs that I like between these two albums are Thunderstruck, Money Talks, Highway to Hell, and Mistress for Christmas.
It's interesting that the two albums you picked, one is like half red, so I'll give you that. Razor's Edge got like the cut with the red in the middle.
Yeah.
Highway to Hell's, I don't even know if I consider that red. It's just got the titles red. It's just them sitting there.
It's not a red hue on it?
It's all like brown or something.
Oh, okay.
But regardless, I'm surprised you didn't pick the one album they have that is completely red, Power Up. Their recent one.
Yeah, I don't really like their recent one. That's why I didn't pick it. Like I like all their older stuff. Like I said, these are my two. Well, not my second and third favorite, and then the Back in Black album is my favorite.
That's fair.
All of the rest of the albums are okay, but not my favorites.
Yeah, I get that. They're good albums, though.
I just looked up something here. I want to bring this up quickly. The Red Jumpsuit Apparatus Band did not have one album red, and it's in their name.
Nice.
I thought they might. Yeah, they don't have. I just want out of curiosity. Like, I wonder if they have a red album. No, they don't. Okay. Anyways, go ahead.
My next one. This one is another one that I wasn't sure. There's a lot of. The issue I had with this list is there's a lot of albums that have red in them, but they're not exactly red.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the one I chose was Hypnotized by System of a Down. And it's mostly red, but there's so much stuff on it that I'm like, I wasn't sure. I didn't put Mesmerize, even though that's got a little bit of red on it too, but just Hypnotized. Because I'm like, it's close enough. This one, the big songs were the title track, Lonely Day, one of their best fucking songs.
Yeah, probably maybe the best one.
Yeah, Holy Mountain's really good. Attack is really good. It was a really good album. I think there's some weaker songs with like U-Fig and Tentative, but it's a good album.
Nice. For me now, I would be hard pressed for me not to say this band. We got 311 from Chaos. And of course, that is a really killer album. That's the album that has Amber on it. That was like their big radio hit. Of course.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they had such good ones as, You Get Worked, Sick Tight, Wake Your Mind Up, just a lot of A lot of good tunes. Definitely, I want to say this is more of less funky, more punky to them. They kind of like it was like really fast. Except for Amber. Amber's are slow. You know, every band does that. We need to have that one song that's going to be a radio song, right? Amber's definitely that. Rest of their albums are kind of fast, kind of hard. That's why I'm a punk guy at heart, so that's why I like that album a lot. But yeah, definitely, probably. The Blue album's always great for 311. Everyone loves the Blue album, but this is probably maybe I might like this better than the Blue, depending what day it is. Right? It's one of those things where it's I might like the Blue album today more, but I might like From Chaos tomorrow more. So
depends what mood you're in.
Yeah,
that's fair. I gotta listen to these. Like I don't know if I've ever heard much from the Blue album or this album.
Well, one day we could all get together and do a 311 music thing like we used to do.
Well, a year from now when it's 311 day, we'll do it.
Well, we just missed it too.
We did miss it just by a few days.
I think we were we at work that day? Maybe.
Probably.
Actually, it was because I remember you.
I was at work. Yeah, Monday.
Like, happy 311.
Yeah, I was at work that day doing carts.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. We'll figure out the time to do it.
We'll just
Maybe
do it
at
11/3 November. Yeah.
11/3.
Listen to them backwards.
Yeah, there you go. What do you got?
All right, so my last one I got on here is Maroon 5, Songs About Jane. This was their first album and the one that put him on the map with songs like This Love and Harder to Breathe.
Love has taken its
Oh, right,
toll.
okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about this album.
Yeah, it's a really good album.
Because I forgot to mention V or 5 or whatever it's actually called when we were doing our Blue albums. Because it's mostly Blue. I forgot to mention it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that album.
Yeah, the one with Max.
That one's good too. I didn't think of it either, but yeah, Maroon's 5, Songs About Jane. It's all around good album with I think that got him popular. Like
definitely, yeah.
This Love might have been the one that helped him become popular.
Yeah, it was.
And the one that came out, or the other one. What's the other one called?
What the other album?
Overexposed was the other one that got them popular. I know it came much later, but
Animals was it Animals was their big hit?
That is their big hit now, but that was 2014. That was 10 years later.
Yeah, I know they were already established when
that
came out.
I feel like Animals kind of like re-got them out there.
That was definitely that was the point before Animals, or before that album V or 5 or whatever you want to call it. There was they were popular, but they were still kind of respected as pop artists. And then after that album, everyone fucking hates them.
Yeah,
which I get. They overplayed.
I
love Maroon 5.
I don't hate them.
But
I actually have a lot of their tracks. So like me and Melissa used to listen to a radio station. It's like from Toronto because it's on our cable box, like Virgin Radio from Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like we listened to the dance, like the pop station, and like we used to hear all these songs, and I started loving them. So I have like a whole folder on my computer desktop of just it's called I think it's called Virgin Radio Music. It's just all those
like
songs.
That 2010.
Anything from like 2010 through like 2020.
Yeah,
a lot of tunes on.
I had my pop playlist on my Spotify account used to be called 2010 Pop because that era between like 2005 to 2018 is the best era of pop.
It really is, and I think a lot of fans because they got away from the boy band thing. I got away from the Backstreet Boys,
and it was more catchy.
Yeah,
it was sellout, but it wasn't like too far where it was shit.
But then there was bands then. You remember like was it Goche or whatever his name is? Someone that I used to know.
Goaty?
Yeah.
Goaty,
that guy came like one hit wonder, eh?
That was the era of one hit wonder.
Yeah.
You had Lord, you had
Lord.
Psy, yeah. You had so many. He's not much as a one hit wonder, but yeah.
I have the Lord. I think we have Lord on CD actually.
Technically, his first hit though, Gangnam Style, it was the biggest though. It just blew up everywhere, and his music video was first to get over 1 billion views on YouTube. And his second hit didn't even come close to that. So I would still say that he's only a one-hit wonder.
He has a big following now because of K-pop and whatnot.
Yeah. Also, he teamed up with Snoop Dogg too.
He did, once. Yeah. Let's see. What's my next one? Oh, I forgot about this one. System of a Down, another album. It's their debut album. I don't know if on the vinyl version if it's red, but on the Spotify version, it's the hand is red, so I considered it red.
Well, on the vinyl version, it's black.
Well, I don't know. I just looked at Spotify and it's red hands.
No,
I'm
I
like,
believe.
oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that. Yeah. No, I mean the hand's white. It's a black cover and the hand's
Okay.
white.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I just looked at that.
Oh,
I'm like, that's
okay.
good enough for me.
No, that works.
I like that album a lot. It's got Sugar. I think that's the biggest song, and then Spiders is good. Darts is one of the underrated ones.
Does it have that sugar? We're going down swinging.
Nope, that is Fall Out Boy.
That's it. Yeah. Number one with a bullet.
War's another one on it. Yeah, it's an interesting album. This is definitely like if you think Disturbed, their first album, is different from the rest.
Yeah.
System of a Down, same way. This one's slightly different from the rest. It's not as big of a gap, but it is definitely there.
Nice. For me now, I'm going to go with a little Papa Roach with Love, Hate, Tragedy. This is their second big album after Infest, and this was the ones that had the songs on it like Time and Time Again, She Loves Me Not, and of course deep cuts like Walking Through Barbed Wire and Decompression Period also are on there. This album is different compared to Infest, because Infest was like really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then this album came out and people were just like, oh. And then the one that came out after this one was one that had scars on it. I forget what that one's called though now. It was like gray with a heart, I think, though. But this one kind of gets overlooked. People kind of overlook this album, which is kind of sad because I feel like it's good. Probably not great, but She Loves Me Not is a killer song. Such a cool tune. And Time Again is too. Just very hard and just in your face. And I think that's what Papa Roach did do best until Paramore Sessions, when they became emo, which I love the Paramore Sessions though. So that's a whole different boat ride there. But
You're criticizing it and you love it.
Well, I know, because I'm just saying it's different, but I just love that era. And I unfortunately just had to spend $60 on Papa Roach Greatest Hits Volume 1 vinyl just to get some of the songs off the Paramore Sessions on vinyl finally.
That fun.
I left I went to Discogs today and I left a review for Paramore Sessions and I said, how is this album not on vinyl?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they had that song Forever on it. That was like one of their greatest hits at that time. Like it's like it's an anthem for love, and they're just like, we're not going to release it. So, but but this album though somehow got released on vinyl. I own it, and I'm okay with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, Matt has no more, does he?
No, I can add one. Honestly, I was just looking at Bill's wall here, and one I didn't think of is the Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits. If you consider that a red album.
Well, it's got the big circular red.
Yeah, it's the main logo.
I mean, I guess you could count American Idiot. I guess you can count that.
Yeah. But no, I just seen that. I was like, oh yeah, Foo Fighters' The Greatest Hits has all the great songs on it. Like I love the Pretender song.
Yeah,
that's a awesome song. My Hero, that's actually my dad's favorite song. And Learn to Fly.
Yeah, it's good. If I was to get a Foo Fighters album, I'd get the Greatest Hits.
Yeah, same.
Because I don't know enough of the color and the shape, or
Well, if you're gonna listen to an album, listen to the color and the shape.
I'm gonna
that would be the album to listen to. Yeah,
and then In Your Honor, and then One by One. I think if I want to listen to them. But yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
My next one. Ooh, this is an interesting one. So this is a band that neither of you, I don't think, have heard of. It'd be weird if you did. The band is Southeast Desert Metal. It's a fucking terrible
never
name.
heard of it.
Oh, of course, I have all their albums.
I
went to their concert last night.
I doubt it. You went to Australia?
Yeah, I sent Race to Mount Everest, and I went to Australia.
Nice.
Yeah, they were close together.
Yeah.
The album is called Break the Silence, which for some reason I can't find on Spotify because I'm an idiot.
Doesn't exist. That's why Jackson's making up albums now just to get a higher red count, a red cell count.
Red blood cell.
Yeah,
like the White Stripes' album.
I don't think that's what he was referencing, but sure. This album's really interesting. It's got I think the only hit on it was Rainmaker, and that's not even a hit. It's like 30,000 on Spotify. It's not very much.
How's it not a hit? 30,000 seems like a lot more than we're getting for views.
Well, yeah. In that circumstance, yeah. But this album's really good. It's very underrated, this band in general, but this is like some classic heavy metal type sound.
Oh wait, you told me this band, the one from Australia.
Yes.
Yeah, we listened to it one night when we were in my
Probably.
Yeah, in the room there doing. What were we doing? We were going over some things. We were on my floor, sitting there with the laptops.
Were we going over the podcast ideas?
Oh yeah, we were getting ideas for the podcast. Yeah, that was in the early stages.
Yeah, this album is just, I don't know, it's really good. It's heavy. There's some, like, my favorite song is Break the Silence. It's got a nice guitar tone, and it's such a good album. I wish more people would do it.
Nice.
So I could buy it on vinyl.
Nice. For me, I'm gonna do a 1-2 punch with 2 in a row since it's the same band. I'm gonna go with Pennywise Straight Ahead and Pennywise Land of the Free. Both those albums are back to back. Straight Ahead came out, I think, in 98 or 99, in that era. And Land of the Free was 2001, I want to say.
Okay.
Land of the Free has their big hit, Fuck Authority.
Fuck Authority.
Yep.
That's a good song name.
That was their big one. But they had a lot. Let me just look this up real quick here, folks. They actually had a lot of good songs on Land of the Free. If I can remember them, well, I'll get an idea here. So they had Time Marches On started off the album. It's really good. Fuck Authority, Something Wrong with Me, Enemy, My God, Who's on Your Side, Anyone Listening. All those very cool tunes, and it's just a very good album. And of course, we're going to say that because these are our favorite albums, but still, it is. Yeah. Straight Ahead had their big hit was Alien, I believe, was one of their hits. Alien, Badge of Pride, One Voice, My Own Way. So again, these are songs that are fast. If you didn't have the lyric sheet in front of you, you probably wouldn't know what Jim Lindberg is saying. A lot of the songs probably sound the same. I remember the one night I was listening. I just got Pennywise's new album, the one I really liked, my favorite one by them, and I mentioned that, I believe, in when we did our top list of. I don't think
top
it's
10.
Yeah, I don't
bands.
think you have that out yet.
It's not. It'll be out by when we're recording this.
Right. We had to pick our favorite artist of the. Remember our favorite album of the artist? Yeah. I just got that Pennywise album in that time period. So I listened to it, I think it was that night, I think, with Melissa, and she goes, is this over with anytime soon? Because all these songs sound the same. It's like, thank you for crushing me on my favorite album, Melissa. Thank you. But no, it's true. Punk rock it does all sound the same after a while. But just those two albums are very cool and just bring me back to my 20s, my early 20s, when I was full of anger and piss and vinegar for things. And now I'm just calm and relaxed, but still full of piss, unfortunately, thanks to diabetes.
That's a awful transition.
I know. With that being said, folks, if you at home right now, check your blood sugar out. You never know.
You might have diabetes.
Yeah.
Actually, I got a funny story about that from when I was in college. So they would show us how to use a blood pressure machine, and they do it by actually taking our blood sugar levels.
Yeah.
And the professor did it on this one girl in the class, and it was actually her blood sugar was really high, and she's like, "Oh, sorry, I don't know how." They were just doing this for fun, but she's like, it turned into her saying, "Oh, I don't know how to tell you this, but you have diabetes."
Oh my God!
And then she's like, "You should go see your doctor about this because your blood sugar is way higher than it should be."
Do you remember what it was? Do you remember what they said it was, or
no, I don't remember. It was well above the average.
Yeah, you're supposed to be between 4 and 7 normally.
Yeah. I don't know what.
I know how. I mean, I know this is taking an offshoot here, but who cares right now? Mine was 23 when I got first checked.
Oh.
I was 23.
Wow.
Goddamn.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be between 4 and 7. Yeah.
I don't think hers was that high.
Yeah, mine was 23.
It was high.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, that just reminded me of that story.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can never know.
Yeah, you never know. You should always get checked out, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where am I?
What a weird twist that turned.
Yeah,
a little health, kind of like.
Where do I get? How do I transition back in this?
You have an album there with needles.
Speaking of blood.
Okay, there you go.
I'll do the 2 soundtracks for Doom and Doom Eternal.
Okay.
Killing Demons. These albums are some of the most recognizable. Well, Doom soundtrack is one of the most recognizable soundtracks because it's one of the few game soundtracks that is straight metal.
Right.
It is so heavy, and Mick Gordon, the writer and producer of these two soundtracks.
Naked Gordon?
Mick Gordon.
Oh, you said Naked Gordon. I'm like,
Naked Gordon.
just naked. Hello, everyone.
Mick Gordon, he made these songs. He took some of the old songs from the original games, and he modernized them for the 2016 version of the game. And he made some new songs, and it's so heavy. It's just heavy. It makes you feel like you want to bash someone's fucking skull in.
Nice.
And a demon specifically.
Nice.
It's such a good record. Sadly, we don't have the Doom 2016 soundtrack is you can actually listen to it on Spotify, and I think you can get it on vinyl. But the Doom Eternal soundtrack, sadly, is not, because when Mick Gordon was making the record, they were, I forget exactly what was happening, but they were screwing him over, and then when it came out, they weren't going to pay him, or whatever it was. So he got off the thing, and they never published it. Even if you when you pre-order it, you were supposed to get the vinyl or the soundtrack included, but that never came out.
That's too bad.
So it's bullshit.
You know, Matt, I was just thinking, sitting here, I have a whole display thing over there of CDs. If you want to try to find more Red albums, I didn't even look at my CD collection. That's why I forgot about My Darkest Days. So go nuts if you're trying to find more Red album covers.
Oh, yeah.
The CDs. I didn't even look at those at all. That's why I forgot about My Darkest Days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you need to,
what are you doing?
I just looked at the vinyls.
I was just looking at your walls.
Yeah, those are the doubles. These are vinyls that of the CDs. Like there's a whole collection of CDs over there that we don't have vinyls of. So
might as well.
You might get ideas to find Reds.
Yeah, I'll go take a look.
Yeah, so I didn't even look at them. So that's on me. I'm an idiot. My next one though is Rancid. Let's Go. That is a big punk album that came out back in 1994, and of course, one of their big hits on there was Salvation. They had Sidekick as well, which is good, but Salvation was their big hit. It's been used in at hockey games and shit like that, right, to rile up the crowd. So that's nothing much to say about that. It's just another punk band where the songs are like 2 minutes long, if that. You can probably go through the album in under a half hour. And actually, the album's never mind. The album's 44 minutes because there is 23 songs on the album.
God damn.
Yeah. 23 songs in 44 minutes. Now think about that. That's ridiculous. Like some of these songs are a 136, 212, 152. Like, yeah.
That's is it 44 minutes?
Yeah, it's 44 minutes and 13 seconds is the time of the.
I'm too stupid to do the math.
Well, I'm just saying, like, okay, for example, 23 songs in 44 minutes. How long? Someone like Iron Maiden, how long are their albums? Like an hour long.
An hour,
and they have like what?
12 songs.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Metallica used to have like
8 songs in the 45 minutes.
Yeah. So there you go. Oh, I think Matt found some.
Yeah, I found it's not an album. It's a Much Dance album. Much Dance 2016. Now it's nice. Red. It's a red cover, and it has all the hits from 2016, like just reading it. Haley Steinfeld, Love Myself.
Oh, nice.
Fifth Harmony, Moon 5 This Summer.
So it's all that like 2010s pop kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I just seen it. Like we haven't really even considered like compilation albums. With.
Well, I try not to because it's a whole different category almost of stuff. Because it's like if it's by the band, that's one thing, but if it's by another, like it's a group of other artists, then it could be.
Yeah, but it's still a Red album that we could technically go down.
Yeah, well, sure, but I wasn't worried about it because that's not so much the idea, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll just throw that one in there if you want to include it.
Fair enough. All right. Let's see. Which one do I want to do for my next one? We'll do this one. My next one, I will do another soundtrack. We'll get this out of the way. It's Guilty Gear Zerd Sign. I've never played this game, but the Guilty Gear franchise is a Japanese fighting game series, kind of like Street Fighter. But this series, I want to say it's the main game designer, developer, or the producer, something like that. He's a musician and he makes metal music. And so he made a soundtrack for Guilty Gear, and this one game has one of the cooler soundtracks, Guilty Gear Zerd.
Nice.
And it's got some great hits. It got Big Blast Sonic. It's got Heavy Day. It's got Coming Home is one of my favorite songs. It's got Storyteller. It's such a good soundtrack.
Nice. For me, I'm going to go a little old school here to 1992. I'm picking Stone Temple Pilots Core. And Core is...
I knew that'd be on there.
Yeah. It was their first album. Very hard album. It was when Scott didn't lose his balls in this one. So and by that I mean, if you people listen to Purple or Tiny Music from the Vatican Gift Shop, he kind of sings like a higher pitched voice, like I got a picture of a photograph, right? But with Core, he was singing things like I am. Like his voice was just deeper. I think they were trying to do the grunge thing again, right? Everyone was trying to piggyback off what was popular at the time. Grunge was popular. STP was always more of a rock and roll band than they were grunge, and I think like Alice in Chains, they tried to lump their first album as grunge, and they're like, "No, we're metal. What the hell are you talking about?" Right? Yeah,
like blues metal. Almost,
yeah, exactly. Of course, this is the one that Core had Dead and Bloated, Sex Type Thing, Wicked Garden, Creep, Plush, and Cracker Man. That's huge. Yeah, when you have 6 songs off that album that you were easily on the radio, it's like that. Where do you go from there, right? Like that's insane. Really good album though. It's fun. I would love for us to do, and I think we said this before, we're going to try to do a STP Velvet Revolver Scott Weiland music day too, and that would be great.
That'd be nice. Yeah. Get me to listen to more of that without having to go on my way to do so.
Exactly.
The next one I got is actually an album that I haven't listened to fully, but I know if I do, I like it. This is an album that Bill, you kind of recommended to me, and that is Asking Alexandria's self-titled.
Oh yeah, Asking Alexandria. Yeah.
So the big hits off of this were Into the Fire and
I own that CD, and I didn't even
Alone
think of
Again.
Song. What was it? Oh fuck, I forget.
I can search it up.
Yeah, you can, because I do own it. It's over here somewhere. Oh, yeah, right in here somewhere. If I can find it. Where the hell is it?
Into the Fire and Alone in a Room.
That's it.
Those songs are just so good. They're catchy. They're still metal. I haven't listened to the full album, full disclosure, but I think if I do, I'll like it because I know I own enough of Asking Alexandria's sound that I'll like it. And that was just when I was looking through my playlist. I'm like, oh yeah, that song.
Well, I just found something. I forgot I had this on CD, and this is all. I'm going to include this, even because if you include Much Dance,
2016, yeah.
All right, Dance Mix '93. Okay, now Dance Mix '93 was, in our generation, the greatest dance mixed album you'll ever hear. Much Music put it out. These are some of the tracks that are on this album. Okay, Humpin' Around by Bobby Brown. Jump Around by House of Pain, Gonna Make You Sweat by CNC Music Factory, 3 a.m. Eternal by the KLF, Move This by Technotronic, Rhythm is a Dancer by Snap, Take Me in Your Arms by Little Susie, Whoop There It Is by Tag Team, Tribal Dance and No Limit by 2 Unlimited, and of course, People Every Day by Arrested Development.
I think I know like 4 of those songs.
Yeah, this is the era of music before it became very like electric dance. You know, like that in '95
Techno,
dance. Yeah, it came to that. This was still like beats and almost like rap dance almost. If Jump Around by House of Pain's on here, for crying out loud, right? I mean, that's
that's what I was telling Jackson. We should include compilation albums.
Well, if we start doing that,
you
then
could go down the whole rabbit hole. That's like I wanted to stay away from that just because there's so many compilation albums that like there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of compilations. So there's no point in going that far, especially when it's not even an album cover. It's just a name and then a blank color.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, looking at, you can pick a lot of things up here probably if you see red, but you just you know, it's like oh look, that Avril has red X and such. Is that red? No, it's not. You know, you have to be more pickier.
Yeah, we gotta make some kind of a guideline.
Exactly.
Can I just say you have a lot of like Much Dance, much dance albums in your collection, I noticed, Bill.
That's not mine. Those are Melissa's. I used to get them for every Christmas.
I was going through Melissa's.
No, they're all our albums.
Yeah,
Like the albums start over here, dude. Like they start right in here. So there's here, down there, all those. So I mixed everything, kind of like the vinyls. Everything's mixed now. I couldn't tell you whose is whose anymore.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We just
I forgot you combined.
Yeah, when we moved in together, we said everything will be as one since neither one of us are going anywhere. Who's next? I forget. Did yours? Oh, mine. Okay. The Toadies, Rubberneck. The Toadies
fuck is the Toadies?
The Toadies is a band from the 90s, and Rubberneck had one of their big hits on it, Possum Kingdom.
This is the dumbest name I've heard for a band.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the album's called Rubberneck, right? Which is even weirder. But the song is Possum Kingdom. I bet you probably heard it on the radio. It goes, their chorus is, I can promise you'll stay. Oh, no, that's not the problem. Where's the... Oh, give it up to me. You want to give it up to me? Do you want to be my angel? I
knew the other song you were singing.
Yeah, the make up your mind, decide to walk with me.
I think I know that one.
Around the lake tonight, around the lake tonight, by my side. And anyways, it's a great tune. It's the only good song off the album.
Oh, okay.
I'll straight up say that.
Like a one good track.
They're not really. I don't think they're a one-hit wonder though.
They have a lot of music.
I think they had another. I Come From the Water, I believe, was another one of their big hits off that album. But I don't know. I feel like they tried to again do a grunge thing, and I think they did with Possum Kingdom, but the rest of the album's kind of like eh. But it's red. So there you go, folks. It's red. And speaking of red, I'm looking at my red hoodie today, Matt. I had my red hoodie out today.
Oh,
why does that always happen? Didn't you have like a blue?
The blue one? Yeah, I didn't mean for it either. I had the red one that takes that. Ladies and gentlemen, I went to Subway today for lunch, and I got a steak and bacon wrap.
Are you shilling out to Subway now?
Maybe they can get. Hey, I go there enough. Maybe if I plug them, like
I doubt it.
Yeah, didn't you say the sweater that you wear is dependent on the mood you're feeling? Or
yeah, I was feeling angry because you were coming by today.
Oh,
That's
that
fair.
makes sense.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Or did you just pull it out because we're doing it red album?
No, I just actually put it on because I just reached for the first hoodie I could find.
Nice.
And red was it.
Oh, I am wearing red.
Yeah, you are burgundy red. Yeah, it's red.
Yeah.
No.
Matt has red when he urinates.
Yeah.
So Matt, you probably go see a doctor about
that. Probably should. I can't see it because I'm colorblind.
That's true.
Did you think of another one, Matt?
I'll mention one I'm surprised you haven't mentioned yet, Jackson, and that's 50 Cent's "Get Rich or Die Trying."
Why would? Oh, I don't really. I know a few songs off of it. I don't know it that well. That's his big hit, right?
No, because I know you've been going on a big rap bender recently, and 50 Cent and that album is.
It is too. It is. Yeah, it's red. Yeah, it is.
I can't say like I didn't add to my list because I don't really like rap. Like the only song off this one I like is in the club.
Yeah, that's the only one I know. So.
No, okay, really. I thought you know more off of it.
Maybe once I start listening to it, I haven't listened to it yet. Like.
Well, let me see what all songs are on this one. I know that one.
Like
too.
The other big ones, Pimp is pretty big. Many Men.
Yeah. What up, Gangsta?
21
I think.
Questions.
Well, there's like two music, or how many music videos? Oh, there's 3 music videos off this album. There was Like My Style in the, I guess in the club. I think Like My Style is a video because it shows them there. Yeah. There's not many. I don't know.
I mean, it's a long album, but I'm not sure how many were actually like music videos.
Yeah, but if you're talking about red albums, I've heard this album come up a lot for rap. It's just because 50 Cent was so.
I mean, looking at his top 10, there's like 7 songs from this album on there. So
yeah, definitely. It's definitely his most popular.
Yeah.
I
think it's if I knew it, I probably would have added it.
I thought you would have added it just for that reason.
I haven't listened to it. My next album. This one is, I put this on here because of Josh, and I shout out to him. This is The Death of Peace of Mind by Bad Omens. I listened to this a bit last night, and actually I really like it. I knew the one song, what's it called? Just Pretend got really popular. But this album is it's a heavy album. It's very pop. Like, this is another one of those bands like Sleep Token and Spirit Box that is making waves in the metal scene right now. And yeah, it's just Pretend is probably one of the most popular songs that they've ever released. And
Nice.
it's a great album, front to back.
Well, I only have one album left, and I saved the best for last. I think we can kind of guess.
I still got like 5 or 6.
Probably guess maybe what it could be. Because I'm going to pick an
Load.
album.
Load.
No, I didn't pick Load.
Oh, you didn't put Load?
No, I didn't put Load. I'm going to say that for the orange one.
Okay.
I'm going to say this is Weezer Red Album. Can't have a color
right.
without Weezer.
Right.
Weezer Red Album, however, is a really good album. I gave it a chance about a few months ago, and I instantly liked it. The Greatest Man That Ever Lived, Pork and Beans, and Heart Songs. Heart Songs is really cool. That's one of my favorite ones. But yeah, the whole Troublemaker's good too. I don't know. It's just a really cool album. And I only first gave it a shot because of Josh, who asked me, "What do you like more, the blue album, green album, or red album?" And I was just like, "They have a red album?" Like, like I was just like, "What?" And then I go, "I guess the blue album because that's the only one I know." And then,
so I had a question for you.
Yeah.
I'm just looking up their Spotify right now.
Yeah.
Have you listened to their Seasons album, the
No.
summer one?
No, they have.
That's also red.
They have. Yeah, they have. It's like they have like a spring, fall. Yeah,
for each.
I think they only have like
seasons.
5 songs on each of those albums.
7 on summer at least.
Yeah, I don't think it's many. That's why.
Yeah.
And their albums they're like super pricey on Amazon. Those
probably.
ones. Yeah. So
I just wasn't sure if you heard.
No, I never did. I know because they do have albums by names, which I have Van Weezer, right?
Weezer, Van Weezer, Make Believe.
Yeah. But they also do the color things, and it's really weird. They will release like 2 albums like a year at times. They only do 10 songs for the most part on an album.
Yeah, well, that's what the seasons. They were releasing 7 songs every season.
Yeah.
But since then, I haven't released anything. That's 2022.
So, but no, the Red Album's super good. I like it. I would put it as maybe my 3rd favorite Weezer album.
That's cool.
Because I picked the Blue Album and Van Weezer before. Oh, I also picked Teal.
I was gonna say Teal.
Maybe Red's probably my 4th favorite. Teal was good, yeah. But
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, what do you got now?
All right, I got a bunch, so I'll just start going through them.
Okay.
Next one I got is an album from Demon Dice titled American Psycho. It's I was tempted. I wasn't contemplating putting this on here, but I think it is I would consider it mostly red album, even though it's got kind of pink hues in it. But I think it's mostly red.
Okay.
Big hits on this one were Dice of a Generation and the title track, and Gang Gang Kawaii, which is just a terrible name, but it's a fun song. I think my favorite song on it, maybe my 2nd favorite song, is Words I Could Say to You. It's just a really it's good rap, and it's just like more lo-fi, more like heartfelt rap.
Yeah.
It's just a good album. The next one I got, let's see. The next one I got is a soundtrack for Scott Pilgrim. So the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack it's an amazing soundtrack. It's a lot of these songs on it were written by Beck, the guy who did Loser. So stuff like Garbage Truck, We Are Sex Bomb, Threshold, those were all written by Beck, and he even has his own songs in there. But this soundtrack, this movie and series in general is amazing. It's one of my favorite series of all time, but this soundtrack is just really good. It had Under My Thumb by the Rolling Stones, and it also had Black Sheep by I can't remember who made that. Metric. So and those are pretty good songs on there. So
I thought it was gonna be Black Sheep as the rapper.
That would be funny. Let's see what else we got. I got another one. I got Coat of Arms by Sabaton.
Oh, yeah.
So this was their was it their 3rd or 4th album? I think it was their 3rd album. I can't remember, but this album is really cool. It's got mostly World War II songs on it. I think it's all World War II songs, or World War II post, which they always do history stuff. But this had one of their most, not necessarily iconic songs, but one of their most important songs, titled "The Final Solution," which is
Right.
all about the Holocaust. So it's a really depressing song, and the one version they do live, where it's like all acoustic, is really really emotional.
Okay.
And yeah, this album's just really good. I think it's a very underrated Sabaton record. I don't think it gets a lot of love because there's a few songs that are very kind of samey on it.
Yeah.
How many more do I got? 3 more? Yeah, 3 more. So this one I wasn't too sure of, and mainly because it's kind of just a mosh of random colors on it, but it's mostly red hue. That is The End So Far by Slipknot. It's a
Okay.
newest album. I think it's mostly red. It's like half of it's red and then a quarter of it's orange and a bit of it's white. So like mostly red. But this album is definitely not an album that most Slipknot fans like. There's a few songs that people like, but it's just not as popular. The big songs were The Dying Song, Yen, and The Shackleton Rag. I also really like Warranty and The Medicine for the Dead. But this album's really odd because it had the title track is like some weird bluesy jazz, and then same with the ending track. Like it's got a really weird sound to it. And
Okay.
it was a rushed album. They didn't want to make it so fast, but they wanted to get out of the contract they had with their label.
Right.
So they kind of rushed through it. So it sounds like near the end, you can definitely hear some songs being like kind of obvious radio hits, Stone Sour type songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's called the End So Far because it was their last album with this label, and they might make another album. I'm hoping they do, but they might not. So they're like, The End So Far.
Wow.
It would really suck if they would be the end, but seeing as how they keep firing people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an
Not
issue.
sure.
That's
Yeah.
kind of an issue.
Next 2 I got, and these are the last 2 that I mainly focus on. I have a few honorable mentions at the end, but these next 2 are by Hammerfall, a classic power metal band. And the 2 albums are Glory to the Brave, which I think is their second or third album, and Crimson Thunder, their biggest album, which
Okay.
came out in 2002, I think. And Crimson Thunder is a hard one because it's red in the bottom, and then there's one dude wearing like a red hammer with fire, and then the other dude, there's another dude on it with like a lightning hammer, and then the sky's like purple. So I'm like, kind of mix of both, but I think it's overall more red.
Okay.
And then the other one's just like a forest with some like red background. But yeah, these are really good power metal. They're very melodic. They're very epic sounding. They make you feel like you want to go in battle.
Nice.
Which I love about Hammerfall. Yeah, that's most of mine. There's a few others that I want to shout out because I know a few songs on them, but I don't really know the whole album. Agent Orange and N16 by Sodom, a German thrash metal band. Some very heavy thrash. The Sound of Perseverance by Death, which was the first band to kind of make death metal, and that album's really cool because it's got a really beautiful acoustic or classical guitar, I think, some like really beautiful piece on it. And then The Theater of Pain by Motley Crue, which has Home Sweet Home and Smoking in the Boys Room, I think.
Smoking in the boys' room.
Let me double check on that. Theater of Pain. Yeah, Smoking in the Boys Room.
Smoking in the boys' room.
Every time I say it, I just gotta. So yeah, those were the albums that I could find. There's a lot more that I was kind of in between on. Like there was more Calliope and more Demon Dice albums that I was like, they're kind of like pinkish red, and then there was some that is like orangish red. Like
because I started thinking like, well, if we're gonna do Colors of the Rainbow, I gotta save some of these for other.
Yeah.
I just figured if I consider it more pink, then I put it on the pink one. If I consider it more orange, I'll throw it.
I also came across some red albums too that I just didn't know, and I was like, I didn't want to include them. So
I didn't even search up red albums. Last time I did search up blue albums, but this time I didn't even search. I just looked at my playlist.
Yeah, I just looked. I started thinking like, well, I don't really know. I know like one song off the album. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
But like, if I own it, because like I know I said with Rubber, like Toadies with Rubberneck with Poster came out, I like one song off the album, but we actually own the vinyl. It's over there because Melissa bought it and she owns it. So I just based everything on my Discogs, and then like I said, I forgot my CD collection. I really should remember that for things, but I probably would have forgot American Tragedy until I looked over. It was like, oh yeah, Hollywood Undead is a band I like. I forgot, like. I'm an idiot.
Wow, you forgot about All I Went On Dead.
I did.
Even though you listen to it a lot at work. I know.
I do. I listen to that. I listen to Rise Against way too much too. It's like my go-to.
I was surprised. I was looking when you mentioned NoFX. I'm surprised you didn't put the one NoFX record on here.
What, Punk and Drublic?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's red. I was looking at
definitely red.
You think it's red?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll include it then. Punk and Drublic. Punk and Drublic is a playoff of Drunken Public. Of course.
Clearly.
Yes. But it's a really good album. It has a lot of good songs. But I always thought it was more of a pinkish.
That's
why I
It's
didn't.
got clouds, but it looks definitely more red.
You say okay, we'll go with that then. So NoFX, Punk and Drublic, also another good one to check out.
Maybe in person, it's more pink.
Yeah, it's good though. It's like that was the first NoFX album I ever heard as a kid.
They even have
not as a kid, as a teenager.
Even one of the early ones, Ribbed.
Ribbed. Oh yeah. Fuck, I forgot what Ribbed. So Ribbed is Ribbed's a condom one, as you can tell.
Yes,
It's got the Moron Bros on there. Yeah, we are the Moron Brothers. Don't get along with others.
Nice.
We may not go down in history. We'll go down on your sister.
Those are lyrics, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That sounds like punk, all right.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. You know what's funny? Because I had that CD as a teenager, and I just
You don't have it now?
no. So what happened was, I was an idiot and just either would lend my CDs out and they would never get returned, or I would throw them out, or people would. I sold some because at the time I was like, I'm getting out of CDs. Everything's on my computer. All my music was there. It's like, fuck this. Why am I wasting money on buying CDs? I don't listen to them. They sit on a shelf. And at the time when I was like, this would have been like, I was 22, 23, maybe 23 probably. I wasn't into collecting like I am now.
Mm-hmm.
I really wasn't. I didn't collect anything. I just didn't care to. And then I ended up, like, Ryan Moore actually has a CD book of my CDs I gave him, and he doesn't know where it's at. So I'd love to have him back now.
Shout out to Ryan Moore.
What's that?
Shout out to Ryan Moore.
Shout out to Ryan Moore who listens to this. What's up, Moore? How do we sound?
Yeah, do we sound better now?
We sound better now, Moore. You fucking ass. Just kidding, Moore. Just kidding. No, but I gave him a book when I moved from Dresden to here. I gave him a book, and it had all my CDs in it. I don't know what he did with it. He doesn't know where it's at. It had like 12. I had like my 1208, which is like one of my favorite. Yeah, it's all gone. I've looked them up on the internet to try to buy them. It's like they're not there. So I'm missing 1208. I had to rebuy my Pennywise, but thankfully I bought them on vinyl, so I don't care. You know, it's just a lot of stuff I had is just gone. But at one time,
once you lose it, it's hard to get back.
Yeah,
I know that from not even from music, from collecting Skylanders. I sold a bunch when I got rid of my Wii.
Yeah,
and getting them back is a bitch.
It is. And I one time I actually owned probably over 300 CDs.
Now you own over 300 albums.
It is 300. Yeah, 300.
And now how many CDs do you have?
Not 300.
Probably like 200, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Including the ones on the wall.
Yeah.
Including Melissa's.
Yeah, but there's also doubles there too to take into. Yeah, so I don't. But no, I had everything. Like I had, because when I went to college, and I love how this is kind of like beelining into something else again. But I went to college. I had OSAP money, and I just had a little bit of fun.
That was like, pay off your mortgage.
Yeah, I had a little bit of fun, and I regretted it.
CDs.
Yeah, I regretted it when I realized I was $5,000 in debt.
Well, that's not too bad.
No,
there's some people that are $40,000 in debt, and they're like, "Yeah, I can spend a few more."
I know.
That's just any college student ever is in debt. So
I know, and you give a 19, 20-year-old $5,000 for free. You're like, holy shit, let's go to town. I remember the first day I took out $500 and just went and bought a PlayStation 1.
Nice.
Yeah, because it was only like $100 at the time, and I picked up Driver, the video game Driver for PlayStation, and I think I picked up like some wrestling ones, and it was like, oh, this is so cool.
And Roger from work, shout out to Roger.
Yeah,
told me when he first got a credit card, he spent it all on booze.
Yeah.
And then he didn't realize he had to pay it all back. Yeah. So he put himself in a whole lot of debt.
Credit card debt.
I'm in debt. I'm in a credit card. Yeah, I'm in credit card debt.
Yeah, credit card.
I think eventually everyone gets in some credit card debt. You kind of have to in this world because of it's like you can't. Sometimes they don't want you to pay cash. You have to use your credit card. Okay. Yeah. Then you think, I'll just pay it off. Who cares now? I'll pay it off later, and you just pay the bare minimum. before you know it, it's like, oh shit, because then you use it again on something. It's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I was just talking to my parents about that too. My dad was saying that the bank loves it when you pay the minimum because then they add interest.
Yeah.
And you get more money out of you.
Yeah, they do. They do.
You can't. You just get more and more
tried to
debt.
stay pretty good. I only use it for gas, and I pay it off immediately.
Yeah. No, I'm horrible.
But that's because my parents had some pretty bad credit card debt, so they told me don't fuck around with credit card debt.
Yeah.
I don't even use my credit card very much, so I use debit card.
I just it's horrible, especially when you're bored at home and you're a collector and you start looking at eBay or Amazon.
Yeah, that's why I have a hobby. I have video games to distract me.
Yeah. I only make like whenever I use my credit card, I make sure it's like about $100, and then I pay it off right away.
Yeah.
Good way to do it.
Yeah. I used to be like that. I was like that at one time, and then things progressively just kept getting worse, and it's like, fuck.
Life lessons from New Apartment Radio.
Yeah. Don't get a credit card, and if you do, don't use it. And if you do use one, make sure it's someone else's you find on the street.
Yeah, there you go.
No, you can still use it. Just remember to pay it off right away.
Yeah, I could have. I mean, I think I don't know if I told you this. So I told you that one day when I was doing carts, I stepped on something. I looked down and someone's like, it's a notebook thing with a cell phone in it and credit cards.
Nice.
Yeah, I picked it up. I was like, holy shit.
You didn't tell me about that.
I thought I told you that.
I think
I didn't hear that.
Was that a few days ago?
Yeah, it was Monday when I was doing
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were saying that you came inside and you were talking to who.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm going to talk about that once we go off mic about something about that. But yeah. So just lesson to be learned, people who are listening. If you're going to use a credit card, make sure it's someone else's.
That's a good place to end it, I think.
Yeah. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed the Red Album podcast we just did. Probably not as long as the blue one, thankfully.
It's just as long.
Is it? Son of a bitch.
An hour 41 at this point. It might be edited down, but that's what it is.
It's all because Matt found Much Dance 2016 over there.
That's exactly what it was.
Nice going, Matt.
Well,
all right.
You told me to.
I know. So red is what should be our next one? Should we go?
We're gonna do yellow.
We're gonna
do yellow to get the main. I think what I want to do is do the primary, then the tertiary, and then kind of branch off from there.
Excellent. Okay.
So we're gonna do yellow, then we're probably gonna do green, blue, and orange. And
green and blue.
Or sorry, green, purple, and orange, and then we'll branch off from there.
Gotcha. All right, so you heard it here. Next up is yellow, and I can't wait to pick 72 seasons.
It's gonna be a very short one. I think there's not as many yellow. I don't think it'll be a long.
You know what? I don't even think Weezer did a yellow album. I don't think
so.
They did, so it's going to be very short. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Like 40 minutes,
yeah. All right. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the red one we just did. I am Bill, speaking on behalf of Jackson and Matt, and this is the Apartment Radio podcast that you're listening to. And until we do our next one, peace.